Okay, good morning. So we are at part two of an example of a living will. So I ended with that I want to make sure that I keep my house in the family. My house, I'm going to have to do a video of tour of my house. It is like a museum. It has over probably 300 or 400 family pictures on the wall. One of my friends visited one time. He said, I felt like I was walking through a time capsule because back in the day, that is really how people decorated their homes with family memoirs and things to cause them to think about family. And maybe that's a positive thing. But anywho, I just want to make sure that my house stays in the family. Someone can live in it, they can live in it. I just don't want my pictures off the wall. It's my pictures that are most important, but you can live in it and take care of it, but just keep it in the family. Maybe one of your brothers and sisters, may need to stay temporarily. So make sure that's there. And I put if you have extra houses in the family between the six of you, I have three boys and three girls. Let your brother or sister live in it while they get on their feet, okay? So that they won't have to exorbitantly rent while saving and gathering from their first home. And then I think I put this in the first video, but when you are furnishing your home, go to like the missions or something to get a lot of accessory items. You get free plates, cups, even a washer and dryer. Go to some place like Craigslist, shop garage sales in the beginning, because you always want to progress. Later on when you're settled in, then you can buy accordingly. Okay. So I put this that one key is when you're rich, still hold fast to living as poor. And when you're poor, hold fast to still living as rich. Be balanced. If you are taking notes, please write that down. That is a key in life. When you're rich, still hold fast to living as poor. And when you're poor, hold fast to still living as rich. So be balanced and never forget where you came from, even as you climb the ladder in life. Some dreams for my kids. I had some dreams for my kids, like things that I have envisioned them as I have watched them over the years. Um, there are certain vocations that I see them looking good in, but of course, this will ultimately be their choice. But as long as they're in my house, I'm going to help them along the way. Of course, I want all my girls, like in example, my Jordan, she mentioned a pediatric counselor, but I want all my girls to be housewives. I'm sorry, comment below if you have a problem with that. But but I do. I want all of my girls to be housewives. Hey, because you got to nurse those babies. So you need to learn how to live off of one income, because it definitely can come a time when mom needs to be there with those babies. You can't nurse and give the baby a healthy start if you're working too. Okay. So then I want all my girls to nurse their babies until 12 months. And it's necessary. And mommy and me until pre-K. I put we are family. While I lived and you will be family when I die. We are family while I lived and you will be family when I die. And I'm watching you, Jordan, as the executor. So I'm letting her know that even when I pass away, I'm going to be watching over her to make sure that my will has come about. Hey, I'm mommy in life and I'm mommy when I'm gone. Okay. So make mama proud so that I can rest well. Okay. This is in my will. I'm saying all of this. Okay. So they just have no excuse. I have worked hard to ensure that my kids have a living. Now take care of each other, family first. In regards to relationships, girls, find a man at Home Depot. Your dad is ideal. Just never had no addictions, no drugs. Okay, make sure they love you. Make sure they love God. If they love God, they're gonna be able to love you because they're gonna be convicted. You know, make sure that they love themselves and keep themselves pure and healthy. I want all my kids to be virgins. Okay, Women, guys, I want you to find your girl at a grocery store, okay? Because we all have to eat. I made a video about this, okay? And make sure that she got onions and bell peppers, things that she's cooking in there, okay? Because we all have to eat. Marriage, you got to be balanced. If we do things the right way, then our relationships, they tend to last, and they tend to be happy and last. So just keep that in mind. To each his own, but this is my will for my children, okay? Make sure that you share same values, same goals, that you love God, that you love family. If you love family and they're not interested in family, well, that's going to cause conflict, okay? I put in no sex before marriage because it's a distraction, okay? You can be having sex with somebody for 3 years and you never get to know them because every time y'all meet up, that's all you do is have sex. That doesn't work. It distracts you again from getting to know a person. So once again, get to know a person, no sex involved. Again, if y'all have to be having sex, that means it's distracting from I keep saying they getting to know each other, okay? Okay. Don't break this tradition. Okay. Virginity until marriage. Okay. Your mom did it. I was a virgin when I married. Absolutely. Yes. And so I knew this man loved me. Hey, I knew he loved me. Okay, because why buy the milk when you got the cow, right? Okay, so, he didn't have that. So I knew he was interested in me, okay, in my brains and my character, okay, in my company, okay, because at the end of the day, these are the things that really are going to progress your marriage, and you're going to say I'm happy, because of these things. Always keep up with your birth certificate, social security card, ID, because you always need to identify yourself. To claim any assets that belong to you, you're going to need your identification. So be organized with paperwork. You can use the file folder system, but make sure you just keep everything organized. A copy, I let my kids know where all the credentials are at home, okay? um and so then I gave a list of all the assets, okay? And again, I have another video that um denotes about how I want checking accounts. All you have to do is put a beneficiary. If you have checking accounts, place a beneficiary on your accounts. And when you pass away, all they have to do is go in there and show their identification, and that asset belongs to them. Okay. And then Texas Law Help. You can get all the forms for transferring your motor vehicle. And while you're living, all you have to do is you just take that title into the DMV, and they can add that child as the beneficiary when you pass away. So once again, when you pass away, that car will automatically go to them. They just take their ID, and that title will automatically be in their name. You don't want to leave that undone, okay? It doesn't take long. Just go into your local office and have that title and add them as a beneficiary. And the same thing with your house. You go to Texas Law Help and print that form, the transfer of deed on death, so that when you pass away, all they have to do again is show their identification. You've done all the work, and it doesn't take that long. You just go into your local county's tax assessor's office, and it'll give you all this instruction on texaslawhelp.org. So go to that website. I've even completed a full divorce on my own on texaslawhelp.org. So if you are in the state of Texas, that is your go-to website for your go-to website for any Texas laws. Okay. I love y'all. Subscribe to my channel. Okay. Support Amina Blogs on Cash App at $ Amina Montgomery. And once again, like, comment, subscribe, share. Okay. Put your living will into place. Do estate planning now, because when you're gone, you don't want to leave confusion to your loved ones. I love you. Peace and love.